Hello, welcome back to BSLYVE. Today I'll be doing 3D modeling of Seahorse. This creature is really unusual and strange. And if you want to do like organic modeling, I think Seahorse and maybe fish is a good thing to start with. This has a lot of variations. In fact, if you want to do like shader study, Seahorse is also quite beautiful. I'm gonna pick a reference. I already got reference. Okay, this is what I'll be doing basically, using grease pencil and then converting it into mesh. And yeah, you know the process already, but I just want to do it again. All right, so first of all, maybe we want to be on the side view because it's a seahorse, and if we drag and drop an image, we can have reference. You want to put this maybe in the background, or in my case, I'm doing freestyle, so I don't need to be completely accurate. Shift A, grease pencil, blank. I always start like that, and then I start drawing. By default, the line is too thin and the brush also incorrect. I'll go to the toolbox and the brush setting. Increase the strength. It should be up here. I think it's a bug. Okay, now we can get started. I just go hit tab and then select all using A and then X. Delete everything. Start again. Okay, with Seahorse, really, you only need a couple of stroke. If it's a good idea if you can keep the stroke nice, and instead of doing like multiple strokes, keep it simple and really just draw it in one line if you can. Otherwise, it's okay if you want to do like multiple stroke, like what I'm doing here. Some seahorse actually have a stomach, but the important area is this part, and also the head. Think of it like a stroke that you can enlarge at some point. This is the mouth area, and it's like a horse. This guy have spiky hair. What a cool design of a creature. You'll be pretty lucky to be able to see this in wildlife, in the ocean. Usually you can see this at the aquarium or SeaWorld. Okay, now I have this. I'm gonna save very quickly. Seahorse. And I'm gonna go to sculpt mode, and in the sculpt mode, of course, you can do like deform, grab, push. You might want to do a smoothing beforehand. So right click and slide. This one can give a quick smoothing in some areas because we are doing it freehand. Okay, that's not too bad. And then we can start using this thickness brush. Now it's starting to look a little bit more solid. So what it's doing is really adding thickness along the way. Some areas could add more precisions, but if you look at it from the front view, so if we keep adding thickness to the area, it's become thicker and thicker. So in our case, for area around the body is correct, and then also the head. And you can always do the opposite by holding control. Make it thinner. So this is the first step. And we're gonna go right click, convert to Bezier. I will keep the original grease pencil while we have the new curve. So we have this curve that's quite dense, I'm pretty sure. Now reduce the density using cleanup, decimate. Okay, skip. There's actually an add-on in Blender with this decimate curve. There's an add-on here that you can enable. Simplify curve plus. So this gives you more control, I believe. So simplify curve. This gives better accuracy if you want to do that. Anyway, it creates a new curve. And let's see how this works. With the bevel. Oh, that's one thing. Okay, if you use the simplify curve, the bevel makes everything equal. So while this one still keeps the stroke thickness, you actually want this one. This one is kind of nice too, actually. It depends on your need. You might be able to use that with geometry nodes. Okay, maybe. Maybe, yeah. We will see. Keep that. So now with this, we can start adding more details. Okay, Shift A, create another grease pencil, draw on the surface. Bit of value, and we're gonna add details like the eyes, but this is like just roughly because we are not sculpting. We're just using grease pencil to paint, kind of roughly paint parts of bodies. Oh, look at this! Like with Seahorse, we have this kind of I don't know what's a spike that can be created procedurally, but it can be like, you know, because you're actually drawing, and this drawing will be a sculpt as well, so you can be very loose and yeah, just adding spike wherever you want. Maybe this is the eyebrow. Like I said, what a cool creation. See, I used to be cartoonist a little bit. I used to draw comics, but this day I'm using Blender. Look at this. This one is actually 3D. It's like drawing the wireframe. Right click, convert to Bezier curve. Now we have collection of grease pencil. Maybe select them and then move it into a new collection. Just name it grease pencil GP. Now we have this. Give it away of that. Now we have new details, right? It's resemble this guy, and it's actually a 3D, and you can start mirroring them if you want to. So I just create duplicates again, and then in this case I'm gonna join them. Command J. I mirror and then remesh. Mirror and remesh. Now we have something that's a little bit more or less like the seahorse. This one I will give more resolution, 0.05. Smooth shading on. Some areas you might find a hole, but you can perhaps just fill it out, you know, just sculpt it later or just add a geometry. But I like it like this. A little bit more abstract. You can look at it with cavity on. Apply all. Oh, occasionally it's a apply modifiers fail because it's using multiple data. Or in this case, really, just right click and convert it into a mesh. That's an important step. Now we have this, and it's almost like a 3D scan at this point. If you look at it in a wireframe, yeah, if you scan a 3D seahorse, you might get something like this. Okay, this area, I'm missing this area. Maybe I should draw that using grease pencil. Yeah, this part is missing, so I guess I can keep going with this. So kind of like drawing the wireframe. Can be thinner or thicker. Oh yeah, I forgot to do something. Sculpt mode, and then play with the thickness. Back to object mode, right click, convert to Bezier. Always choose the Bezier. Put the grease pencil into the collections and again add some depth with that extra details. So yeah, we can repeat the process. Select this, join the mirror, remesh. It's currently still like a curve. Yeah, okay, 0.04. So I'm gonna keep this modifier actually, so I'm gonna make another duplicate. Right click, convert to mesh, and we can maybe further sculpt it. So now you can see the holding grease pencil. Yeah. This guy, it's a grease pencil, we can give it different color. And this part, the tail. So this is the holding. It's a pretty cool way of doing 3D sculpt, especially doing it freehand using mouse. With stylus maybe you can do a bit better. If you go to sculpt mode in Blender, you can start smoothing some areas and adding proper details. Mix and match smoothing. Yeah, be careful with the hole, but I like it. In my case, I don't care. Draw. You can turn on dynamic topology, for example, and start to make changes here. So if you get a hole, things might get funky. Just want to draw the eyeballs. So, but since I'm using this dynamic topology, it's gonna change the topology as I'm doing this. It's gonna triangulate it. It's gonna add more details if you increase the detail size. You might want to do this because this is like already in the proper sculpt mode, so you want to start sculpting, but at least the basic form is there. It's now really up to you how you want to work and adding details. Things like snake hook works really well with the dynamic topology because you can pull things. So it's becoming a real mesh. Yeah, like I said, the Seahorse is really cool in terms of design. You have a lot of flexibility. If you're doing like a jewelry, Seahorse is cool. The starfish, also all these ocean creatures with a very distinct. It has a lot of unusual decorative design. You can have a lot of freedom doing this. So as you get closer and closer, you can add more details. I even add a bump. Some Seahorse have this kind of design, you know, like a bump, and then you draw a hole. You see how it's getting more details around that area. Okay, that's my crazy looking Seahorse. Sometimes I use a sculpt mode and then go to the cloth filter. There's also mesh filter. You can use something like inflate. See what happened there? We are inflating. We are inflating the mesh basically. There's also expand, scale, pinch. Maybe you can try that. Maybe not like with a very dense mesh like this, but you can play around with it. Wow, what am I doing? Okay, stop. Inflate. There we go. Some kind of freestyle Seahorse. Okay, hopefully you find this interesting and useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.